Hey guys, we're back. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, Jess, Stuart, Twan.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
You too.
Are you nursing hangovers, guys?
I am not.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You are, Stuart. All right, Stuart's on the coffee, guys. But Happy New Year. Thank you for joining Eurovoxx for the first live video. It's literally the 1st of January today, and we're already doing a live video. But we've got good reason to, because, as always, we see out at the end of the year with ESC 250, and it's like a countdown of everyone votes for their favourite Eurovision songs. They put in their top 10s. It's run by ESCRadio and Song Festival. .be, which is, I think, a Belgian Eurovision site. They do it every year, and they've done it for, like, I think 10 years. It might even be longer than that. They do a fantastic job. I mean, I'm literally hooked to it for like 12 hours. I even had my mum dancing around the kitchen yesterday to a lot of these Eurovision songs. Guys, we were all tuned in as well, in amongst all the other things that we were doing on New Year. And we're obviously not going to talk about the whole 250, but we're going to talk about the top 10. We're going to go big. We're going to talk about the top 10, and the big news is whether Loreen was dethroned from her #1 spot, where I think she's been for, is it 8 years?
Yeah, I believe so, or 7, 8.
I think since she won Eurovision, yeah.
For this,
Wow.
So this year it's the 8th year officially.
So wow. Okay. Let's quickly say hello to Oran in the live chat. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Alexander Pagels. Guys, were you listening to the ESC 250? Alexander is saying that your favourite was Hattery. Came 13th on the list. Great position for them, actually. And 6 of your top 10 made the 250. That's good going. I didn't actually do it. Guys, did you do top 10s?
Yeah, I did.
How did you do it?
Oh, go ahead, Twan.
I don't know. I haven't checked, but I know for sure Arcade was in it and Zeus was in it, and several other songs, but I'm not sure which are that.
And Oran, you're saying Maroof Siren's song, you're still sad that she didn't go to Eurovision. Me too, Oran, me too. But it's 2020, it's the next Eurovision season. We're going to have more great songs to come. Guys, if you're not watching this live, don't forget to comment underneath what you thought of the ESC 250 by ESCRadio and Song Festival .be. A great show yesterday. But guys, we're going to go straight in to the top 10. Who's got the Twan? You've got the list, or Stuart? I can't remember who's got the list.
Yeah, I have. And Stuart too, I believe.
Yes.
Who's number 10?
Number 10 is Norway 1995 Nocturne. Secret Garden.
The instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with this. I have to say, I'm so happy that an older song has made the top 10. I think this was in the top 10 as well last year. You find with ESC 250 that obviously all the recent songs from this year's contest and like the past few years are always making it into the top 10. So it's nice to have an older song from 1995. And Jess, I think this is probably one of the most classy winners we've ever had, although some people might disagree with me. It's a beautiful song, Nocturne. It's just there.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here now. Had a few Wi-Fi issues.
Someone talk about Nocturne, Norway 95. What a great song.
I have to admit, it's not one of my personal favorite songs. I'm not really that keen on it, but I can totally understand how it made the top 10. And very deserved. It's just not to my taste, I'm afraid.
Twan, like, you're so young. Did you know of this song before yesterday?
Yeah, actually I did, and like I'm a big sucker for instrumentals in songs. I love instrumentals, and Nocturne is a lot of instrumental, so it's actually one of my favorite winners ever, along with The Voice in 1994.
I can't say I'm a fan of The Voice, but like I said, it's a classy song, and it gives me goosebumps when I listen to it. Very worthy of a top 10 placing, I think.
Yeah, and I'm really happy they got.
Stu.
Oh yeah, Secret Garden. For me, it stands out for a lot of the same reasons that it stands out for other people. The fact that it's instrumental, and it's just this very simple, elegant piece of music, and also one that sadly we probably won't see anything like it again because it depends so much on the instruments, and now we don't have live instruments in Eurovision. Maybe that would change to some degree. I'd certainly love to see. I mean, you know, the reason, as we know, that there aren't any live instruments in Eurovision now is because it just wouldn't make sense. It would be way too big of a production for the amount of countries that we have, and not as many songs would translate live to a live orchestra. But maybe one day, if we see the rules change so that you can have like a top line instrument like a violin take the place of one of the 6 singers that you're allowed to have, then maybe we can see something like Secret Garden. But for now, at least we can appreciate that it's in people's memory enough to be the 10th favorite song of the Eurovision fandom.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a surprise for me. I'm just going to quickly say hello, Philip Astrom. You love Secret Garden, so you're happy that it made the top 10. Oran, you're saying it's a beautiful song. You haven't heard it in a while. Good chance to listen to it now. Hey, Alexandros Theo from Greece. Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for joining. We've got James Lewis as well. We've got Francesco Marinelli. Hello. And Cypher Fox. Hello to you guys. We want to know if you were listening to the ESC 250 yesterday. I mean, it's a long old show, but it goes really quickly. I'm going to tell you guys about my mum a bit later because she was loving it. So yeah, I'm really happy about Secret Garden. It's nice to have an older song in the top 10, but let's move on to number 9.
It is Italy 2015, Il Volo with Grande Amore.
Oh, I think that song should have won that year. Sorry, Sweden. Sorry, Mons. But in my opinion, that was the worthy winner.
Their vocals are just outstanding. They're amazing.
Everything about the entry that year was just like, it was operatic. You had like the 3 amazing singers who looked great on stage, so much power in the voice. The song overall was really powerful. Loved it. It was Brenda's favorite in 2015. I remember watching it. We watched it around my friends. We've got this beautiful apartment, and they invited me, my mum. We had my brother and his Lithuanian friend. We were all there watching it, and it was my mum's standout. She loved Mons as well, but she was gutted that didn't win. And I think that's probably going to be one of the songs that really, I think it will be in the top 10 for a long time in this ESC 250.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people point out that it was the televote winner from that year, and again, we're seeing that with this result as well, because it's not that much further ahead for Mons, because Mons is at 17, yeah. But yeah, it just goes to show you that there are songs that have that lasting impact, and yeah, I would, especially since it's been 5 years now and it's at number 9, it would certainly stay high on the list, even if it gets edged out in the top 10 at some point. It's certainly a favorite of the fans.
Well, I have to say that I'm going to remember to vote next year. So I'm really sorry, ESCRadio, that I forgot to put in my votes. But Il Volo would have been in my top 10 of all time, I think. So I think it's a great song. And Francesco from Italy, you're still frustrated they didn't win. Lots of frustration for you, Francesco. You've had Raphael, you've had Mahmood, you've had Il Volo. So close, but not a winner yet. Let's have a look. Sarah O'Halloran as well. Hello to you. Jamala 2016 was the best, 1944. Well, I think we're coming up to that one soon. So number 8, Twan.
Yeah, that's
Twan, you're like a countdown disc jockey today. What's next?
Yeah, that's 1994, Jamala, Ukraine 2016.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's moving slowly down the top 10. I'm going to go to you, Stu. What do you think of this one?
I really like this one. It's one of those examples of a performance that is just pure emotion. I know a lot of people kind of dig into the political side of it, and they're not really, it's a controversial entry, and I understand those reasons. But I think that the performance by itself made it a worthy winner, and I think that the song itself is really cool too. I'm a big fan of electronic music, and I really like the instrumental, especially the percussion. It's very modern and adds to the dark atmosphere. And yeah, it's great to see that it's at number 8.
Yeah, Oran song looks like it means a lot to you. Just beautiful. You always cry when you hear it. Jess, were you a 1944 fan? I bet you're going to say no.
Definitely not. I really do not like the song very much at all. That's all I'll say.
Twan.
I love 1994. She was my winner in 2016. Actually, well, one of my winners. So I'm really happy she got to the top 10.
I remember hearing the song for the first time because there was a bit of hype around it. So I thought I'll log on, I'll listen to it. I mean, this is what, four years ago. And I just remember thinking, oh God, this sounds so different. But it's the chorus, like where she's kind of doing the chant. Just cover me. It's easy for me to get goosebumps, guys. You know that, but it's literally spine tingling for me. And then the performance was stunning as well. With the from what I can remember, it was like a kind of a tree growing.
Yeah, it was a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, I saw that live in the arena, in the Globe Arena in Stockholm at one of the, I think it was the jury show. And it was just like, literally you could have heard a pin drop in the audience. And I did actually have a friend, I'm going to shout out to Sigrun from Iceland, because she did actually cry when Jamala performed that song. So it means a lot to a lot of people, that song. So for me, worthy of a top 10 placing again. Maybe a bit of a shock winner that year as well. Dammy Im was snapping at her heels. Where was Dammy Im in the chart? I think it was a bit lower down.
Yeah, she was
Not-
like, I don't, she
Not
was
too much
22nd.
lower. 22nd, yeah.
Let's just say hello to Fatma Güzel as well. Do we know Sebnem Parker from Dinley from Turkey? Yes.
Yes.
If you
love
log on to our channel, Fatma, I actually did a reaction to that song. So if you have a look through our videos, you'll find it somewhere. And Stuart, I think you heard that song for the first time yesterday.
I did, and you actually had sent me a text to make sure that I was listening. And yeah, I really like that one. Now I want to see what it looks like on stage. That's 1997?
It is,
Yeah.
and the live performance is much better than the studio version. So it came third for Turkey in '97, and it's you can't help but kind of like tap your feet and do the little snaky dance. Great song. So yeah, we love that one, Fatma. Cypher Fox saying Jamala was amazing, but let's move on to number 7,
which is Portugal 2017. Amar pelos dois, if I pronounce it correctly, by Salvador Sobral.
Oh, it's no surprise it's in the top 10 again, was it?
No, it dropped 4 places though.
I think we'll see these songs slowly move down the charts as the years go on. But again, Jess, this was something different for Eurovision. A lot of people didn't think it would win, and it literally, like a landslide.
Yeah, me included. It's something that hadn't really been heard or seen at Eurovision before. And a lot of stuff you see tends to be quite cheesy or quite poppy, or it might be like a rock song like with Lordi. But to see something so kind of stripped back and so bare, and it was like he was pouring his soul into the performance. It was something quite spectacular, and I think that caught people's attention, and that's why it did as well as it did. Yeah.
Stuart, Portugal opened, Salvador opened doors for many other kinds of artists and different musical styles at Eurovision with his win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's interesting because he did it in a way that was a callback to the more traditional way of songwriting and presenting a song. Because it's almost like if you put a filter over the track that has, how you can kind of filter things so it sounds like it's being played off of a record with the crackles and everything. You could have assumed that it was a song that was in Eurovision from the 1950s or 60s. But because it had that elegance and it had so much emotion to it that we're all so familiar with. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that people are still impacted by this song. It's definitely one of my favorites. When I went to Portugal, I remember hearing it in different places that I went to and in a show that I saw. So it's also great that Salvador has done his country proud. And yeah, it's a solid entry.
I actually remember hearing this in Portugal. It was being played by a violinist in the street. And I also heard it being played on an accordion in London. So it is a song that's kind of travelled. But when you hear it, you think it is a song from the 50s or the 60s. You wouldn't think it was a song that was written 3-4 years ago and won Eurovision. It instantly sounds like one of those classics. Like if you're listening to Volare or like Frank Sinatra, it sounds like something like that. For me, it's a magical song. It's just, the way he performs it, the instrumentation, just how simple it is. There's no glitz, there's no glamour. It's just a stunning piece of, stunning 3 minutes, I think. Twan, are you a fan?
Well, I'll be honest.
No.
The first time I heard it, I wasn't. But then along the time and when he performed this song live, I got to really love it. And now I listen to it regularly, and I really enjoy the beginning, especially the I don't know what it is. It's like a violin, I believe, which is really beautiful and really catches your attention immediately, which makes the song. Well, some people say they think it's boring, but I think that's the thing that makes it not boring.
Yeah. Philip, you're saying it's one of your favourite winners ever. Oran, you weren't a fan of Amar Pelos Deutsch. Let's have a look. Connor Wells, hello to you in the live chat. You're saying Emily De Forest writing Never Give Up on You was a highlight for you. UK should have got left-hand side finish. We did, didn't we?
I agree.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Almost.
Missed out. Missed out on the left-hand side. Hey, Miss BB, hello to you. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Great to see you back. Alexandros, you're saying songs like Rise Like a Phoenix deserve to be a winner. Sarah O'Halloran, where was Running Scared? Was that even I don't remember hearing that yesterday. Was that even in the chart?
I can't recall it either.
Yeah, it definitely didn't play when I was listening. Let's do a quick.
Don't think Running Scared made the chart, Sarah. Oh, hey, Olympic, thank you so much for dropping in. Clara is off celebrating New Year. She's somewhere in the mountains with no phone signal at the moment, so we can't even speak to her ourselves. But she will be back very, very soon, probably with a big hangover. You hope we'll enjoy New Year's Eve in Zagreb. Oh my God, I'd love to be in Zagreb for New Year. I want to be in Zagreb in 2021 when you win Eurovision, Olympic.
Yeah.
Got my fingers crossed. Sarah Flower, are you asking about Mahmood? We're going to come on to Mahmood. He's a little bit higher up the chart. But let's move on to number 6, I think.
Yeah, it's Belgium 2015 Rhythm Inside by Loïc Notet.
By Loic or Loic? I never know how to say it.
Yeah.
Right, Jess, I'm going to get you out. I know how you feel about this song. You're a fan.
No. I mean, I think it's fair to say that the songs that everyone loves tend to be the songs that I don't love. So it was kind of obvious that I wasn't really going to be a big fan of Rhythm Inside. I mean, I love the staging, though. The staging was brilliant and very clever. But the song is just not my style at all. But well done anyway for making the top 10.
It was, Stu, it was kind of when everything changed for Belgium. They were kind of this country that was under the radar, never sent anything kind of that standout. Then they sent this, and everyone kind of looked, everyone's ears went up, and this really, really different staging of the song. The song was very out of the box. It was a risk for Belgium to send, but it was one that paid off, and it kind of changed their journey in Eurovision and made them one to watch every year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and for all the reasons that you said, it because of how different it was. Because how many times did we see people singing while on their back and while their dancers are doing all these really rigid but quick movements? Going to what Jess said in that she said that it's not really her kind of song. It's not my kind of song either. But for the performance alone, the singing is excellent. The the dancing and choreography and the visuals of it all. It's all done so well that I just appreciate it so much. And I've seen on YouTube that there's a new version of it that I haven't listened to yet. So perhaps the new version will be more to my liking in terms of the song. But aside from that, I think 6th is definitely deserved for Loic, and yeah, it's a song with impact.
Well, the first of 2 songs in the top 10 for Belgium. Let's just say hello to Connor Wells. Hello to you. Loic was one of your favourite songs. You loved the staging. We've got Irvin Kochi. Hello to you. Mwah, blow your kiss. You would rank Eleni, Duncan, Loreen, and then Mahmood for your top 10. You're very close, but it's kind of the wrong way around. We'll come on to it. Alexandros, big surprise, Belgium 2015, number 6. I think it was high up last year as well. I don't think it's dropped. It might have even climbed. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it has gone up.
One place.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a surprise for me that it's kind of ranked in the top 10 of all time. But I know he picked up a lot of fans after his performance. Let's have a look. Fatma, you're saying which one is better from Eurovision 2010, Manga or Lena? Oh,
I love both of them equally. And they're both so different, it's hard to kind of pit them against each other.
Personally, if I had to choose, I'd choose Manga. But Lena is a great song and worthy winner of that year as well. Stuart?
I choose Lena. Which is nothing against Manga, but I don't know. It was more of a complete performance for me.
Okay, so we're moving on to top 5.
Number 5 is Kaino with Spirit in the Sky in Norway 2019.
The televote winner from last year.
Yeah.
Not a surprise for me at all.
Totally deserved.
You're a fan. We found one that Jess likes.
I love Kaino, Spirit in the Sky. At last. It's a fantastic song. It really is. Very different as well with the mix of the pop and the yoiking, however it's called. I love it.
Jess, do a bit of yoiking for us. Good. Jess, that's good. You're a proper yoiker.
How many points do I get? 12?
10, maybe.
Oh, no.
Twan.
I'm a big fan of the song. At first, with a lot of songs, I wasn't a fan of the joking. But along the way, I learned to appreciate it, and I learned to appreciate how different it was from the other kind of poppy songs. And now I really like it. And I'm glad they won the televote and got 5th place in the ESC Top 250.
Stuart, I have to say, for me, it was a bit of a surprise that they won the televote. I really wasn't expecting it. And if it was televote only, they would have won the whole contest. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the song. It's a great piece of pop. It just wasn't the standout for me this year. So I'm surprised to see it in the top 10, but I know how many people go absolutely mad for Kaino and for this song. So on one side, I'm surprised. On the other side, I'm not surprised because I know a lot of people in the Eurovision community, and this is the sort of thing. This is their bag. Put it that way. Stuart.
Well, I mean, I think you summed it up pretty nicely. Yeah, I also wasn't expecting it to be the televote winner. I was expecting it to do pretty well with the televote. And I mean, yeah, especially because it was number 1. It's no surprise that it is so high in the list. Same for me. It's not really my kind of song. And it reminds me a lot of the Eurovision of the past rather than Eurovision of now. I just feel like the other songs, the winning songs that we've been seeing lately have been doing different things, whereas this feels a little bit more conventional in a Eurovision sense, not necessarily in a pop music sense. But yeah, again, you can't overstate the impact that this has had with the fans, and maybe it's because of how Eurovision-y it feels. So yeah, number 5, totally understandable.
Oh, lots of love in the live chat for Spirit in the Sky as well. Guys, before we go on to the top four, because I remember we were all kind of messaging yesterday, waiting for the top four, and trying to work out who would be where, and would Loreen still be number one? Where would Duncan be? And for me personally, I didn't get the positions right, but we knew who would be in the top four. We'll come on to it shortly. But how about your all-time favourites? How did they do in the chart yesterday?
Well, mine we'll be talking about soon.
All right, okay. Jess, we have
I'm
to
not
mention
sure
Serhat.
mine even made it.
We have to mention Serhat though, because he made it.
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did, but the fact that he made it is good enough for me.
I'm sure it's like 100 and something. It wasn't like the last.
It was.
160.
That's fine.
There you go, 160.
160. There you go. And my nephew, my little 5-year-old nephew, he was singing the Na Na Na, so he really enjoyed that one. Twan, how about you?
My all-time favorite still is Cash by Rona Nishliu from Albania 2012, and she got 92nd, I believe.
Oh,
so she dropped a few places. Yeah.
Too low. And can someone tell me where was Eugene Bush Pepper?
I want to say 59?
53.
53.
Oh, that's not bad. 53 out of like well, there must have been thousands of Eurovision songs by now.
Yeah.
He should be number one as far as I'm concerned. And also, Yonida, where was Yonida? I think she was number 40, Yonida.
She was number 40.
Oh. Good job, Yonida. One of the highest placed 2019 songs, I think. But we did have a shock as well, because Tamara Tedesca was only 50 something in the chart. I'm really testing.
Thankfully, 65.
Oh, no, that was a shock for me. I was actually kind of thinking that would be near top 10.
Well, I have to say it's not a big surprise for me, and I say that as a fan of the song and the performance. But again, it was one of those things. It was the jury winner and not the televote winner. So when we're thinking about public voting, it doesn't surprise me that it wasn't so high on the list, but it was still within the top 100, which is, I think, great. And obviously people have been resonating with that song. So again, not too surprised, but still happy to see that people like it.
James Lewis, you're saying, was great to see Kruna and Nevena Bozovic at number 29. Great position for her. Sarah O'Halloran, boys down the bottom. You can check this one. How was Zena? Was she in the chart?
She was in the chart.
She was.
Yeah, she was. She was one of the first that was played, actually. 228.
There we go. So she made it. Latvian, you hope in Rotterdam, a country that's never won in the past, like Lithuania or Belarus, will win? Yes, us too. We want to go somewhere different. Jeffrey, I literally love you. Uka was your 2018 winner. Yes, love that. Sarah, Luca Hanni had you dancing. He was also in the chart as well. But we have to move on to the top four. And number 4, from what I can remember, was a surprise for me, because I thought this was going to be higher, even though 4 is amazing, but I thought it was going to be higher.
Yeah, it's Soldi by Italy 2019, Mahmood.
Yes. I had my mum, Brenda was doing the claps with me yesterday in the kitchen. Not in the right place, but she was trying. So yeah, personally, I thought this was going to be potentially the one. I thought it would be top 3. I thought Duncan would be number 4.
Same.
But guys, I mean, 4th for this song, which some people don't like. Not everyone loved Soldi.
Yeah.
But what a great year for Mahmood, and he deserves 4th place in this countdown.
Yeah, I would say so. Just back to when we were talking about our favorite entries. This is mine. This is my favorite entry of all time. Like 4th is certainly a great position to have. Considering that he came second in the competition. His song is also the most streamed of all Eurovision songs on Spotify. So yeah, he's definitely had a great year. People really seem to love him as a performer, even if they're not a fan of the song. And even if they're not a fan of the song, there's still plenty of people who are. So yeah, fourth is a great spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, his year has been incredible. He's one of the stars of the contest. He's got such a huge fan base, not only in Italy, but all around Europe now. He's toured, he's done concerts in different countries. He was in London doing a few shows not that long ago. They were all sold out. I think they had to put on an extra date. He's a true star, and I'd love to meet him again, but I'd love to go and see him perform again. So yeah, one of my favorites. What was my favorite this year, Jess? I can't remember. Last year,
was it Sweden? Probably.
Oh yeah, that was it. It was Sweden and Mahmood were my favourites, and Duncan, I think, and Janida. So those four, and Tamara. So those five. But yeah,
and any more?
It's one that's always going to get me going. I'm always going to want to listen to it. And the clapping involves the audience, and you can't help but clap. Twan, are you a fan?
All I'm gonna say is that I don't like the song. It's just that I don't like the kind of music he makes. As a person, I really adore him, as he seems like a nice person and a lovely person and a great performer, but I'm just not a fan of the kind of music he's making.
I agree.
So we're going to move. Let's just say, shout out to Francesco over in Italy. You're really proud of Soldi and Mahmood. Arcade was also a deserved winner.
Before we move on to number 3, I just want to say that I think that over the years, because obviously as new songs come out, more of the older ones will start to move down the list. And even though Mahmood came before Duncan, I think that potentially because of the impact that we've seen this song have, it's possible that he could remain higher in the list over the years. That would be my guess as things are right now.
And I agree with you on that. Actually, I think Soldi is a long-term Eurovision hit, just like the next one we're going to talk about, if my memory serves me correctly.
It's Fuego, Cyprus 2018, Eleni.
Yes, it's a Eurovoxx anthem. This song, Jess.
Yeah, and I think, in my personal opinion, this is the true winner of 2018.
Oh, she said it. She said it, guys.
Everything about it was literally Fuego.
I was thrown off.
Painting, everything.
I was thrown off by the fact that you had twisted your own catchphrase so that you weren't going to say it.
We all clocked it, Jess. For you personally, you were a Fuego fan.
I was, and I still am.
Still am. This is going to be in the top 10 for many a few for many years to come. I think it's Netta won. Netta was the winner of the contest, but even last year in ESC 250, I don't think Netta even made the top 20 on people's votes. It was a song that some people loved, some people didn't like. For me, my personal winner from 2018, was Ugin, wasn't it? But no, I've got the wrong year.
No, that's right.
It's the same year, isn't it? But Eleni had the real hit of the contest, and it's the one that gets people going in the clubs. It's going to be so synonymous with Eurovision, this song, if that's the right word. You say Eurovision, people will think of a song like Fuego. I mean, it was class. She's amazing. The fact that you can sing and dance like that at the same time without breaking your neck, because she did nearly break her neck at one point doing the hair flick, and that's true, guys.
Wow.
It's hard what she does, and she does it flawlessly, like it's nothing. Totally natural.
I'm quite jealous of that.
Yeah, I mean, we know the story of when I tried to do the dance.
I don't know the story, but maybe you can tell me after.
Well, I can tell you now. So the girls were trying to get me to do a slut drop in the club in Lisbon, and I did, and my jeans ripped. It happened. So anyway, this song means a lot to me. and a lot to everyone else that saw that moment. Twan, you must love this one, right? Come on, Twan, I want to see you dance.
Well, though I'm usually not a fan of pop songs, I really love Fuego, just also because it is like an ethnic kind of song with the ethnic instruments, and her vocals and her stage presence are just so good that I really like their song.
Let's just have a look. We've got Little John. You're saying a toy was a winner for you. You knew it would win. You still listen to it. Lots of people do still listen to it. Jeffrey, Fuego's amazing, iconic, but say it's the third best song ever at Eurovision. No. Well, it's picked up the votes, Little John, and you know everyone's opinion is different. So your chocolate will be my chips, if that's even a saying. And we've also got Connor Wells. You're saying that you're not surprised Fuego is up there. It's a great song, but it's one of those sorts of songs you hear all the time in the charts. So mixed feelings on Eleni. I actually thought, I think people were really thinking that she could unseat Loreen in the chart last year. And I was actually thinking, is she going to do it this year? But she dropped a place. And then it's like a drum roll moment, Twan, because we were left with Loreen and Duncan Laurence. And I think by this point, we all knew who was going to be number two. Tell us.
Yeah, number two was Duncan Laurence Arcade, the Netherlands in 2019.
Well, can I talk about this one first? It's such a beautiful, stunning song. As soon as you hear the first few bars, you know you're going to be taken on like a sensual, emotional journey. You're going to have your spine tingling. It's just beautiful. It was a worthy winner of the contest last year. And I'm maybe surprised to see it at number two. I didn't think it'd be number two. I thought it would be in the top four, the top five. So great to see it second. I imagine lots of Dutch fans were voting this at their top, deservedly, because he's brought the contest back to you guys after 40-something years, and we can't wait to be in Rotterdam this year. Stuart, you're an arcade fan, right?
Yeah. No mistaking that I was an arcade fan. What more can you say? It was the winner from this year. It had such an emotional impact, and it was a stellar performance. Simplistic staging that really suited it perfectly. At some point, I had a feeling that it was going to be certainly in the top five. Two was also a little bit of a surprise for me, but as we continued to move up the ranking, it became more and more clear. And yeah, I'm really happy that it's there.
Mm-hmm. Jess, I remember watching this song live with you for the first time in Amsterdam in concert.
Yes.
And you could have heard a pin drop in that huge arena.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think Duncan I think with his song and performance, he kind of had something similar to what Salvador had, in that he just draws people in with his performance, so much so that it's almost as if everything around him just stops and it's just all about him and his song. And so for me, it's no surprise that he's done so well in the ESC 250. It's not my personal favorite song. I'm not a big fan of the song, never have been, but congratulations where it's due.
Well, a lot of love for this in the live chat. Some of you even saying it's your favourite Eurovision entry of all time. Twan, go on, tell us what it means to you to be the champion. You're the champion, Twan.
Honestly, I don't have anything else to add to you, Andy, and to Stuart. It's just an amazing song, and after so many years, he's brought the contest back to Rotterdam, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. So Duncan Laurence at number two means, again, Loreen at number one. I don't even need you for that, Twan. Eighth year on top, eighth year on top. A big surprise, guys?
No.
Not at all.
No.
In the future, there is a song that is going to unseat Loreen at the top of this chart.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's going to come this year, whether it's going to come the year after, but that's going to have to be one heck of a song.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Euphoria was a very good song. The Eurovision performance was very good, very stunning. But I think that there are other songs worthy of winning than Euphoria. Like, I feel like it's had its time now. Let's try and find something new.
As a song, it did great things for the. I mean, it was a huge anthem. I mean, even in the UK, and Eurovision songs rarely chart very well in the UK. Even the UK entries don't generally chart very well. But I mean, probably good reason for that.
No surprise there.
However, Euphoria, I remember, got to number 3 in the charts, and it's like one of the most successful Eurovision songs in the UK and around the world, because I'm sure it is even, I can't even remember if it hit the American charts as well. It may have been one of their bubbling under songs, but it's a huge anthem. And it still is, and it still sounds, it could be released today and it will still sound current, it will still sound modern. So although I would love it not to be number 1, just because I would love another song to finally be at number 1, I have to say I do think it is worthy. There's so many fans of this song, and you know, you can speak to many people and they will say this is their favorite ever Eurovision song. Stuart, did it ever make Canada?
If it did, I didn't hear it, but it's also kind of hard to know for sure because of the way that we consume music nowadays, because the charts don't always necessarily reflect what individual people are hearing. We're not all tuned into the radio anymore. But it's very possible that it did. One thing that you said was about how you know, if it came out today, it would still be like a relevant sound, which is definitely true. But I think that within the next few years, because of the way that music tends to go, that sound will start to be a bit dated, and perhaps that will be the time where we see a new number 1 enter that spot, because there is always this period, you know, give or take 10 years, where things really go out of fashion, and then they come back in roughly 20 years, which is why when you hear a lot of pop music now, it's being inspired by the 80s and 90s. So when we enter that period, it will probably not have the same appeal that it did, but maybe then it will loop right back to number 1 if there isn't anything that is as well written. I think that there certainly will be at some point, because the quality, as we've said many times, the quality of Eurovision songs seems to be going up, as you know, Loreen would say.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
just a preface, eh, Stu?
What's that?
I said not just a preface.
No. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's there again next year, or whether we will get the song in Rotterdam. All I can say is Rotterdam's going to be an amazing contest. I can't wait. We have to. Oh, guys, Rye Bailey Reviews is sick.
Oh, me too.
Are you?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit better, but feel better soon. I feel your pain, probably.
Rye Bailey Reviews, we hope you get better very, very soon. We hope it's nothing too bad. It's that time of year when everyone's getting sick. We've got to say hello as well to ESC Manga, and who is from Turkey, I believe, and also Fatma. I've seen that you want us to say what we think about Turkey not participating in Eurovision. Well, the first thing I'm going to say about that is Turkey had a good number of songs in the 250 yesterday. I remember Sebnem Parker. We had Manga. We had Sertab, who was just outside the top 10. We also had Superstar was in there. I think we had Chan Bonomo as well. Was there another Turkish one that I can remember? Who was that?
Hadis.
Hadis was in there, yes, of course, and she was quite high up as well, from what I can remember.
And all these songs just reminding us of how great Turkey was in Eurovision, and how many amazing songs they had, and why they should come back.
Yes,
because they're amazing.
I don't think anyone can put it better than that, Fatma. We would love to see Turkey back in Eurovision. It will happen soon. Maybe not. It won't happen this year. Maybe not next year. But hopefully soon, when things change, we will see Turkey back in the contest, because we do miss them. let's have a look. Jeffrey, you're saying a lot of 70s, 80s songs underrated. Little John wants to know if Athena was in the chart. I don't remember hearing them yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Although I might be wrong.
They were 145.
Oh, they were. So from what I can remember, Italy had the most entries in the whole countdown. I think they had like 13 or it might have been 16 entries, maybe. I'm not expecting you to count it now, guys, but I think Turkey would have been quite close behind as well. So I think they probably had about seven or eight songs, maybe. Yeah, we want to see Turkey back. It'd be fantastic. Guys, I have to tell you about Brenda as well, my mum, because she was listening to the 250 for most of the day, and towards the end of the chart, she said, "Oh, I've really enjoyed this. We're going to have to do this again next year." She says, "I love all these songs," and her favourite, she had like every song that came on, she's like, "Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this. Oh, I remember this one." I think her favourites, I have to say, her favourite is Sergei Lazarev, because as soon as either one of his songs comes on, she goes, "Oh, I love this one. Who was this again?" And she calls "Scream" she loved from last year was one of her favourites, and then "You Are the Only One," which she thinks is called "Thunder and Lightning" still, even every time I tell her that's not the name of the song. She says, "Oh, is this Thunder and Lightning?" Yeah. So Sergei had both his songs. I think he was one of the only artists to have more than one song in the top. I think, might be wrong. So Brenda, my mum, is going to listen to the chart with me. She wants to do it every year now. So let's have a look. Lots of hello as well to Andrea Ghislaine. I think I've said that right. Hope this year will make another good performance in Rotterdam like Mahmood. Yes, would love that. Why doesn't Mahmood just come back? Although they've announced the San Remo artists, and I think, Jess, if you go to the Eurovoxx website, you can see who the artists are for San Remo. Francesco is back as well, very exciting,
and Raphael.
Oh, and Raphael as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be Francesco's time. We will see. But guys, that was the ESC 250, and that's just our reaction to the songs in the top 10. We'd love to know your thoughts, and we want to know where your favourite ended up. So if you're not watching us live, comment underneath and let us know where your favourite ended up in the chart. We also have to thank ESCRadio and songfestival.be for doing this for us every year. It's a lot of work for them to do this. The show is always flawless. The fact that they compile votes from God knows how many thousands of Euro fans all around the world and compile this top 250. It's a lot of work for them. So kudos to you guys. Thank you very much for brightening up the last day of our year before we all go out and celebrate the incoming new year. So thank you to ESCRadio and songfestival.be. Guys, don't forget to, wrong side, subscribe to the Eurovoxx channel if you haven't already. We're hoping to reach 8,000 subscribers soon. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Otherwise, go to Facebook, give us a like, tweet on Twitter, find us on Instagram. But guys, Happy New Year, 1st of January. We're not in the middle, we're at the start of Eurovision season. More entries to come soon, and we can't wait to talk to you all about them. So guys, thank you for joining me tonight, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.